As the elections near, we'll take a look at the county's ballot machine, Express Vote. With cemeteries running out of space, our public fiduciary helps provide burial service for those without care. And with farm season around the corner, the Health District recently focused on helping the farm worker population get COVID-19 testing. These stories and more, this is your County Line. As we draw closer to the presidential election in November, you'll notice we're profiling different parts of the election process. Today, we take a look at the county's electronic ballot marking device, otherwise known as Express Vote. If you haven't been to a polling place or vote center in recent years, you may notice one big change. Voting is predominantly through a voting machine. Long gone are the days of either filling in a bubble or using a punch card machine. In today's election climate, Yuma County uses the Express Vote universal voting system.
It helps the voter make their choice without any ballot markings being subject to interpretation of if it was a full mark or an errant mark. It also helps the voter with making the correct number of choices. So it'll tell you in real time if you've overvoted a race or undervoted a race. And then there's a summary sheet at the end to review their choices and make corrections if necessary.
Simply put, it uses touchscreen technology and produces a paper record. Of course, the system is filled with security features as well. The verifiable paper record, audit logs kept, data encryption are just a few of the fail-safes in place to protect the voting records through the process. As a reminder for those who are planning on voting at the polls, our elections office is busy training vote center workers now in preparation for the November election. They're focusing on making the process as safe as possible for voters and staff. If you chose to vote early, please don't forget to return your early ballot as soon as possible. About 14 years ago, the Yuma County Public Fiduciary identified an issue that eventually would become a much larger problem. Parts of the duties of this office are to provide burial services to those who have no one to care for them in their darkest hour. But Candy Wheeler Ruby recognized their office was not going to have a suitable place to provide burial services as property was running out at the cemetery.
I want to give a big shout out to Craig Sellers here at Development Services, because he's the one that found this piece of land and, made it as a recommendation to the board, and I was just so grateful that the board and our county administrator, Susan, was good with the space, and that gave us our perfect starting point.
For the public fiduciary staff, having this special place as a final resting place for the people they serve is a proud moment.
No matter whether somebody is indigent or not, I think they deserve a proper resting place. And so my big goal was I wanted to make sure that whatever we did, that it was nice and that it was worthy of them.
Recently, the Public Fiduciary's Office held a small private ceremony at the new columbarium, transferring 10 sets of remains into the compartments that are now a final resting place. The Public Fiduciary's Office prides themselves on providing guardianship and conservatorship in a professional and efficient manner. Most importantly, the columbarium solves their issue identified years ago and maintains the compassionate nature of the work they continue to do. In this world of COVID, most of us have learned we have to adapt to new ways. Your Public Health Services District knows this far too well, as they work closely with many organizations and businesses as those groups are trying to open and adapt to operating in this COVID chaos. This was the scene recently in San Luis, Arizona. For weeks, the Yuma County Health District has been working with the Arizona Growers Company to create an environment to best handle over 500 field workers coming to town. Teaming up with the Regional Center for Border Health, the Fernando Padilla Community Center became ground zero for the health district to ensure the workers were tested for COVID, given flu shots, and given access to educational materials to to help them minimize the risk of exposure as they help keep the farming industry moving in Yuma County.
They come over every day to, work in the fields, work with our food, and they're an important part of our food chain, and we want to make sure that they stay healthy. We want to make sure that they get flu shots. We want to make sure they know what to look for if they're exhibiting any symptoms of coronavirus. We want to test them to make sure if they do test positive that they're isolated and treated properly.
This event was a good precursor to when our local fields began filling up with people helping to feed the nation. These events also help solve another issue that could be on the horizon. Hopefully a vaccine will be coming, and when it's available, we know everyone will want one. Handling large-scale events like this is a good precursor, getting ready for large-scale vaccination clinics when the time comes.
Hi, I'm Mary, and this is your Health Watch. September 23rd is the annual National Falls Prevention Awareness Day. Many people think that falls are a normal part of aging. The truth is they're not. Falls present a real and growing risk to older adults' health and independence, and to their very lives. Most falls are preventable, so take control of your health and stay safe with these 6 steps to fall prevention. 1. Find a good balance and exercise program. Look to build balance, strength, and flexibility. 2. Talk to your healthcare provider. Ask for an assessment of your risk of falling. Share your history of recent falls. 3. Regularly review your medication with your doctor or pharmacist. Make sure side effects aren't increasing your risk of falling. Take medications only as prescribed. 4. Get your vision and hearing checked annually and update your eyeglasses. Your eyes and ears are key to keeping you on your feet. 5. Keep your home safe, remove tripping hazards, increase lighting, make stairs safe, and install grab bars in key areas. 6. Talk to your family members, enlist their support in taking simple steps to stay safe. If you know someone you believe is at risk of falling, let them know your concerns and offer support to help them maintain the highest degree of independence possible. For more information on preventing falls, please visit us at azstopfalls.org or contact Laura Aviles at 928-317-4580.
Before we go, a reminder about traveling in the future and an extended deadline. If you're an air traveler, the deadline was October 1st, 2020, but that's been extended. Every Arizonan needs to know that beginning October 1st, 2021, driver's license and ID cards without a gold star in the upper right corner will no longer be used as identification at airports. If you don't have the card by then, you will only be able to use a federal ID or passport to fly. Make a plan now to get the new travel ID and beat the rush next year. It's simple, and now you have an extra year to get it done. We'd like to thank you for joining us for this County Line. If you'd like to watch past episodes, log on to yumacountyaz.gov/VOD. And remember, you can join us live on Facebook. We'll see you next time.